AEW is so goddamn heel heavy right now. Almost all the champions are heels. MJF got a big win on the show. Lashley got a big win here on the show. Claudio, for reasons that continue to escape me, got a big win on Dynamite. Like, all the heroes in AEW are dead.
Let's talk about Full Gear, a weird show. It's QT Marshall. The Costco guy used to be a worker.
Sure.
They had a perfectly competent, fun match. It was one of the most heated things on the show by miles.
MJF versus Roderick Strong. I was not a fan of the build to this, and I wasn't thrilled with the post-match angle they did, but man, oh man, in between, bell to bell, what a great wrestling match this was. My favorite match in the show.
Wow.
Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander.
This was the best match Mercedes has ever had in AEW. So I thought this was a home run from these two.
That is the exact term I used.
Yes, it was a home run.
We are simpatico.
Yes, we are baseball fans.
Yes.
How do you honestly evaluate whether you had a bad show versus a tough crowd? What signs help you tell the difference?
Huh?
Well, a tough crowd, like, listen, I'm watching this show, and there are very, very good matches. And not just good matches, but really good sequences. And what should be great near falls, and the crowd's not buying the near falls, okay? If you got something where you don't know who's going to win, like Hangman and Jay White, which we had here, and they're both hitting big moves and no one's like biting on any of the near falls, that's the crowd, because this was a really good match.
Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay. This is a good example of where the crowd knew exactly who they hated and who they loved and who they were supposed to cheer for. They loved Will Ospreay. They hated Kyle Fletcher.
An incredible match, and it had the best heat of anything on the show, maybe with the exception of Big Boom, AJ, and QT. But honestly, this had better heat. You advertised a champagne celebration on pay-per-view, and that was it. I thought there's no way you're giving them pay-per-view time for a champagne celebration, and it is not ending with the return of Tony Storm, who has been gone since August.
Yeah.
September, October, November, pretty much December. Nothing.
Daniel Garcia versus Jack Perry.
I thought this was good.
Did you?
The crowd didn't.
No.
They were dead.
I mean, no one cares about Daniel Garcia. No one really cares about Jack Perry.
So he goes and does a total WWE match with Takeshita. He's selling like he's on Raw. He made a Raw comeback. I mean, I'm just watching this match going, what am I watching here, dude? Like, they would have had a better match on a WWE pay-per-view, I'm pretty sure.
AEW is so goddamn heel heavy right now. Almost all the champions are heels. MJF got a big win on the show. Lashley got a big win here on the show. Claudio, for reasons that continue to escape me, got a big win on Dynamite. Like, all the heroes in AEW are dead. Mox wins. Heels dominate the entire match. Cheech win in the end. Hope you got your $50 worth for that, everyone. There is more. More torture for the babyfaces. All heroes must suffer. Life is misery. This is all coming off, by the way. This is coming off the pay-per-view they did last time, Wrestle Dream, which was the darkest ending in the history of this company.
Yes.
This is the follow-up. More darkness.
Well,
no fun for you, fans.
One of these days, the fun will return, but you must suffer first. Okay, this last segment of the show was like a fever dream.
Yes.
I was like, what in the absolute fuck is going on?
The voice of reason here was Jim Ross, who, as all of this is going on, screams at the top of his lungs, "What the hell is going on?" And I didn't know. Jim, I can't tell you what's going on here.
Yeah, the weakness of this show was the booking.
Yep. I don't know what's going on, and I don't really care.
How you doing, Granny?
Total nightmare.
What is a total nightmare?
Did you come over and see me when I was in dark for 2 days?
The last message I got from you before my power went out was that you had power. So I had absolutely no idea that you had no power, as I suffered also in a freezing old cold house with no power. Okay, we got to do the t-shirt contest. Going to the finals, all chop, no pork, narrowly edged out After Dark.
Wow.
Also going to the finals, Barrel on Through defeated Granny's Guilt Trip.
What are you not thankful for? Whatever accident led to life on this rock floating in the middle of endless nothingness.
Wow.
Friday night SmackDown, and I picked two of my least favorite.
This I gotta hear.
Gunther versus Randy Orton. I hate Gunther.
Wow.
Wow.
Hate him.
Why?
He's also...
I don't know.
What's wrong with Randy Orton, though?
Yeah.
Okay. It was on a pay-per-view. It was not on SmackDown.
Was on pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay, I was just telling you. Anyway.
Okay, now the timeless trivia.
Timeless trivia.
Wow, okay.
Wow. Tony Storm. No?
What's-
Okay, go ahead. Thought that might be the first answer.
Name the creature that is considered the largest mammal in the ocean.
Vinny.
Screw you both!
It's a blue whale.
Right.
Guys, see Sean's got a mic stand? They're talking about it in the chat.
It's very exciting.
Yes, I mean,
I am
it's
hands
really...
free.
That's going to be photoshopped real easy.
Holy smokes, look what you've done.
I'd imagine like a great big sandwich.
Yeah. BLT.
Yes, Brian, I know.
Are you done?
Yes.
Yes, we are. They get their equipment out. They're going to tar and feather Mike Bond, just like they did to Magnum TA. Tia's frothing at the fucking mouth. His eyes are bulging out. Mr. 2 is trying to restrain him physically. And finally, Magnum just screams, I can't take it! He throws off his headset. He runs to ringside. And Mr. 2 is all, no! Come back! No! No!
Can someone restrain this guy?
I loved this show.
You love Dynamite?
I didn't love everything on the show.
Really?
But as a show, on the whole, I love the show.
Interesting.
Kicking off the Continental Classic is the standard of excellence, Shelton Benjamin. Universal cheers! Because everyone loves these men.
I will say one thing about AEW. Their heel babyface, like, it's all
The dynamic.
from top to bottom a disaster.
Their heels act like baby faces, and their baby faces frequently act like
I mean,
heels.
literally, MVP's promo was a babyface promo. He's talking about, like, Chicago Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah.
Everyone's cheering him. And
Yeah.
He's leading them in cheers. But he's supposed to be a heel group beating up Swerve, who's supposed to be a babyface.
This fucking cowboy hat with a big old 9 on the front. This is Jericho's best gimmick since the blinking jacket.
3 shows now. Crowd sucked. They sucked on last week's Dynamite. They sucked at the pay-per-view, and they sucked on this show. And by sucking, I mean it took a lot to get them to react. But these guys got him.
Hangman runs his mouth for a while. He still wants to be world champion.
No, Vinny, he wants to be the AEW
Men's world champion. Ah,
I laughed.
that's an important distinction.
You know, it is. I was thinking he might go after the women's title, but now that he's made that clear now, so there better not be any confusion. This was a classic example of what's up with this crowd lately. You got Claudio Castagnoli and Ricochet out there busting their ass, and the fans decide, we're going to have fun. We're going to chant, bald forever.
Yeah.
This is bald.
Yeah.
Both these balds.
I missed that one.
And to his credit, Ricochet, about 2 minutes into the bald chants, realizes, well, these people aren't really into this match, but they're into this bald shit. So he looks at the crowd, and he goes like this on his bald head. He fucking went nuts. And so he played up the bald chats and got himself over. So good for him.
How is it possible that the worst thing in this company, maybe ever, gets worse every single week? This battle is too dangerous. Your friends are going to get hurt. Says, let me fight Max.
I nearly died.
I was throwing punches in the air.
When
what
Kyle
the fuck are you talking
O'Reilly
about?
said, let me fight Max, a week after the show was hijacked by Kyle O'Reilly telling Adam, don't have your friends fight your battles. It's too dangerous to fight MJF. Let all of this go.
Fuck this. This is shit. This is absolute shit. It's so bad now that when Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly appear on my screen, I groan out loud. God damn it, I say. I have to watch this garbage.
Someone on the board was like, Queen Aminata has become incredible. I was like, what match are you watching, dude? Like, this is a mess. And then she almost killed Jamie Hayter. I hate to say it, but it's true. Because it's AEW, they let her continue, even though she appeared to be knocked batty. And they did a few more spots, and then she hit her Haterade and won.
Yeah.
Scared the fuck out of me, that spot.
I hope she's okay.
Yes.
Brody King versus Darby Allin. Brody just drops him on his head and pins him clean.
Yeah.
Are we certain that Darby Allin's supposed to be a top guy?
Well, I'm sure he's going to get a lot of wins. It's possible he might win this thing.
I thought that was a very good show.
I thought it was hit and miss.
All right.
I thought it was, there was some good stuff on the show, but there's, got a lot of questions about a lot of things. But we'll see where it goes. This Ava character actively strongly hurts my enjoyment of NXT because her character is so fucking incompetent. She is the worst general manager I've ever seen in wrestling. I'm talking Mike Adamle. I'm talking these nerds in World Championship Wrestling back in the day.
The anonymous GM.
The fucking anonymous GM was better.
Chase U's dead. And go back to the arena. The Chase U theme plays. The fans are surprised and happy. They bring out the big banner. And who runs through it but that fucking dick? Ridge Holland. Just look at this asshole. Just enjoying everyone's misery. The best heel in wrestling right now.
He really is.
Tony D versus Shawn Spears in a fucking stupid North American title match. That's not their graphic, but that's may as well what they said.
I admit it. I'm an old man. But fuck, am I supposed to feel sympathy for Tatum Paxley, a grown woman playing with dolls, and the heels come in and kick her dolls away, and she's sad like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? She's 23 fucking years old.
Kalani Jordan versus Julia in an Iron Survivor qualifier.
Goddamn, this is what I've been talking about. Kalani has so much potential. They got her in here with Julia, and they ain't doing a choreographed gymnastics match. Julia had a wrestling match with her, and Kalani was right there with her the whole time. It was Kalani's best match in I don't even know how long. It actually felt like a professional wrestling match. The reason she got knocked down is because the tag teams are brawling because of her ruling 4 weeks ago. And during the brawl, which has taken place for 3 straight weeks and she's done nothing about it, during the brawl, someone gets hit in the door and she gets bonked and knocked down.
There's a bunch of crew checking on Ava, including, of course, Shawn Michaels. Eddie tries to explain himself. Shawn goes off on him. Pushing him back, pushing him into the wall. You put your hands on her! Rock's gonna fire me now! He didn't say that, but he's very upset about this.
This person here says Hikuleo is going to become Ava's bodyguard / enforcer. I think you're close. I think it's going to be Lance Anoa'i, who was there in NXT. And I think we're going to get Lance basically fighting for her honor against Eddie Thorpe.
Mm-hmm. Who should appear on the big screen
in 2024?
But Eric freaking Bischoff.
Yes.
He's very fascinated by all this. Next week, he's coming to NXT. If you think things are tense now, by the time I'm done with you, you'll want to destroy each other in Deadline.
What in the world is he coming to NXT for?
I don't know.
This made no sense.
But between this and the ECW Arena show, it's just a nostalgia trip.
I guess so, yeah.
Tatum Paxley versus Fallon Henley for the North American title.
It's a good match.
Fallon Henley is really good.
Yeah, and you know what? Tatum Paxley's good in the ring, too.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I thought the main event was good and the post-match was good. And so I left with like a positive feeling.
Okay.
Even though a half hour earlier, I was just so full of rage. Just so full
Honestly,
of rage.
it was just the one segment.
At that goddamn Ava segment.